Here at Eaton Arrowsmith Schools, we pride ourselves in the delivery of the Arrowsmith Program. And of course, it has huge benefits on cognitive development and improving things like reasoning and social perception and memory for information. But we also know the life of a child is a complex one, and they're dealing in a world that's fast-moving. Some of the images they get from TV are violent and upsetting. And we know that we need to give these students extra strategies, extra ways to deal with life outside of the Arrowsmith program. And so a big effort on our part is to implement programs that are based on neuroscience that have shown to be effective in the lives of children. One such program is the Mind Up program, which is the creation of Goldie Hawn. And she is a strong advocate of bringing mindfulness practice into public schools. And mindfulness essentially is learning how to calm the amygdala, or the emotional area of the brain, and try to be more aware of why you're feeling these emotions, more conscious of your feelings, and be in control of things like anxiety and unhappiness. And so students at Eaton Arrowsmith Schools practice at least 5 minutes in the morning of mindfulness, where they practice gratefulness, thankfulness, kindness towards other students in their thoughts. And it's having really a tremendous benefit on reducing stress and worry, anxiety among our students. We've also brought in a program by Marshall Rosenberg, which is called Nonviolent Communication, or NVC. We've had some really good workshops in here in terms of teaching faculty, staff, how to understand effective ways to communicate with each other, with student to student, with parent to student, with parent to teacher. And essentially, nonviolent communication is understanding the needs of human beings. Needs are complex and many of us don't have a vocabulary to really grasp just how many needs might be out there. But all of our actions, all of our behaviors are based on these needs, and we often blame others when our needs aren't being met, but we're not conscious of the fact that we're blaming them. The fact is we're not aware what the need is and why we're angry in the first place. So nonviolent communication helps you become aware of the needs that exist and the feelings that are often associated with those needs. And it's a wonderful tool to work with students as students get angry with each other, get angry with their parents. We can ask them, what is your need here? Well, my need is to be heard. I'm not being heard. Well, you just told the other student that he's a horrible person, but really what you're saying is you need to be heard? And they say, yeah, I need to be heard. And how does that make you feel? Well, it makes me feel sad. Well, why don't you tell John that? Well, I need to be heard and I feel sad, instead of you make me mad, which is pretty much a reaction that causes a negative reaction back. So we use this nonviolent communication in our schools, and it's a very effective way for students to dialogue with each other and understand themselves emotionally. We also focus on exercise. Neuroscience has shown the benefit of exercise. Someone that we really admire here at Eaton Arrowsmith Schools is Dr. John Rady, who wrote the book Sparks, and he talked about how beneficial exercise is to the brain, to the growth of new brain cells that occur out of the hippocampus. In fact, exercise increases the lifespan of these new stem cells at 3 times the rate of survival if you were able to exercise versus if you did not exercise. We also know attention and executive function improves with exercise. So students here at Eaton Arrowsmith School get as much exercise as possible. Of course, sleep is important, and diet. We look at foods that cause inflammation in the body, fatigue the body, and fatigue the brain. Many sugars and carbohydrates have that effect, so we try to add as much vegetables and proteins in the diet of a student. Although difficult to do, we make an attempt at it.